segment each and every Wednesday. And today I have a special guest in the building with me. I'm honored to share my Miss Cheryl Walker with you guys. So, hello, Miss Walker. Welcome to Can We Talk Raw Wisdom? It's a pleasure to have you. Today, we're going to be discussing um, family values and relationship and marriages, key factors on how to basically keep a healthy relationship, whether you're in a relationship or whether you're in a marriage or if it's just dealing with your family and your friends. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. Don't forget, you guys, you can follow me at YouTube, at Facebook, of course, and Can We Talk, iTunes, Google Play. Also, you can also hear me on the audio version at FXBG Public Radio here in Fredericksburg as well. So for iTunes and Google Play, that's going to be straight audio. Now for CWT and YouTube, you'll be able to see the visual of the show. And of course, you all know every week I only go live in CWT for a portion of the show. I want to apologize to the viewers that's been going over to YouTube to look at the video piece of it, but we're still trying to figure out some things, and hopefully by the end of this week, everything that we've been doing up until this week will be uploaded onto my page. It's just been kind of difficult and just working out the kinks. So, when you're doing something new, you're tapping into something bigger and better, you run through glitches. So we actually figured everything out. We're going to get this thing going, but I appreciate you all. Don't forget to share, tag, and bring a friend. Subscribe to my YouTube page, subscribe to my iTunes and Google Play as well. And don't forget to listen in on FXBG Public Radio in Fredericksburg. You can also find it there. If you do go to that their webpage, which is fxbgpublicradio.com, when you go on there, though, you have to click on archives. When you click on archives, then you click on Raw Wisdom, and you'll be able to see all the shows that I've done. Well, listen to all the shows that I've done so far. So we're going to go ahead and talk to Miss Walker and let her enlighten us and give us some of her wisdom and love and just some good knowledge on how we could basically, keep our strength and our faith and our structure and family values. So that's what us two are going to be talking about today with you all.
Thank you, Rachel, for this opportunity just to share your Can We Talk moments with you. When I was approached by Rachel in sharing yesterday, I took a hot second, and first of all, I consider myself a modern day, back in the day woman of God. I have modern day values that I know what's going on. I'm not this sainty ainty person that, if you slip or you say this or you do that, you're just condemned to this fiery pits of whatever. I'm a real person, and that I'm modern enough to know that does not determine who we are. In relationships and thinking about building relationship, everything starts from a base and a foundation. And as I shared, my foundation is built upon the word. Whatever your belief are, when we grow through things, I don't like to say I'm going through. I like to say I'm growing through. When we grow through things, it's happening for a reason. But whoever that power, that source, that energy, that zing, whatever it is that you need to help you grow through to get to where you're going to, that's what we tap into. For me, it's the word. For me, it's prayer. For me, it's meditation. For me, it's just accepting that it's going to happen. When is it going to happen? And how am I going to deal with it? How are we going to deal with it when it happens? We deal with things with the word. If I can give advice to any couples, any singles, anyone that's thinking about a relationship, the first thing I would charge you to do is to pray. Because we can do all things through prayer. And again, whatever your belief is, whether you need to pray, whether you need to meditate, whether you need to take a minute, Tap into something with your spouse, your significant other, your partner, whomever that may be, that you two can go to when you get to that point. And that's what's been able to sustain myself personally in whatever type of relationship it is. It doesn't just have to be a marriage, in friendships and business and partnerships. Whatever it be, if we can get on the same page and we have mutual understandings that we're going to grow through things together, that's where we get our power from.
Okay. So, of course, you're married.
I am.
You're married. And how long have you been married?
I've been married 10 years.
10.
And this time.
Right. So, how many marriages have you had?
I have been married twice prior to my current husband.
And before you got to your third husband, I'm sure you took a break and kind of like regrouped, found yourself. What was it that you understood about yourself before I can go into a third?
What I understand, what I looked at was my past marriages, the checks, the balance, what worked, what failed. And I believe that I did not, or my husband, my existing husband, did not find me until I found myself, and myself was in a place that I need to be to receive. During the time that we are by ourselves, that's when we can best get to know ourselves, because that's the time that we can commune with God. Again, I'm going to refer to God because that is my belief. I don't want to impose that belief on anyone, but that's where I get my strength from.
And your peace.
And my peace. And my inner peace. And you got to have peace with yourself. You got to love yourself. You got to accept yourself until you can look at accepting others. So God had to put me in a place that I was open to receiving my king.
Yeah, because if you don't, and I'm a believer of that, because if to me, I find that when you are so busy wanting somebody else to accept you,
right,
you haven't even accepted you.
Right.
So how do you expect for somebody else to gravitate towards you when you don't even want to look in the mirror and gravitate towards yourself? And a lot of men and women are so quick to look for he or she to identify them,
right,
to compliment them,
right,
to be the go-to for them. But you don't compliment yourself. You don't identify yourself. And how do you expect to receive so much when you don't even know how to give, and you don't even really know how to receive? Because some things you're not supposed to receive.
That's right.
Because when you're lost and you don't find yourself, and I tell people this all the time, and me and you have discussed this plenty of times, just us having our lady talk, is when you are lost, how can you say, these are my standards?
Right.
Your standards will be all over the place. And so then when you meet this guy or this woman, and because you're lost, you're going off of the way they made you feel that day. And then you wonder 2 weeks later why it's not working and why they look different to you, because you are different.
Absolutely.
You're emotional all over the place, and you're still trying to find your way. So what you're saying is what's best. I agree that you really need to take the time and find yourself so you can start to receive and identify some things.
Absolutely, because people think, they have this misconception, and again, these are my beliefs, that we just fall in love. Like my husband, he's very attractive, he's strong, he's all this and a bag of chips to me. And I know to a lot of others, and I'm cool with that. And we just think that it's just going to be just, oh my God, look at this. And the little house, the White House with the picket fence, and everything is just going to be fine. If you fall in love, you fall out of love. We grow to love. Love is an action word. And I know you've heard this many, 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 many times before. It is an action. You can tell me all day long, I love you. Oh, I loves you, baby. What does that mean? Show me.
Let me ask you this. Do you agree with, and I seen this the other day, I don't know if it was the video or it was just a quote or meme on Facebook or Instagram. the difference between love you and I love you. Do you feel like there's really a difference in it?
Oh, yeah,
Of saying, like your husband will give you a kiss, mwah, love you, versus then, mwah, I love you.
Yes, I do think it is a difference. Love you. I mean, I love my son's puppy dog. You know, I love the flowers and the trees and the birds and the bees. But when we say I, it makes it personal. It is a bonding. I love you. I care for you. I makes it personal. Love you to me is genetic. I love everybody. Okay? I don't want to be with everybody. I don't want to be married to everybody. But I care about everybody. But to me, absolutely, when you put an I or a label on something, that makes it more valuable and more personal.
And it's coming from me.
Absolutely.
Because when you think about it, when family is over, and your girlfriend's over, and y'all are saying goodbye, and you kiss the cheek and you hug, or you'd be like, love you later. Love you later. You know what I'm saying? And so, to me, when I seen, I was like, it is a difference. When you really and it's not the woman being petty. It's not the man being petty. No. It's just trying to have an understanding. Because in the beginning, it was I love you.
That's
so
right.
Now, why is it going to from I and I is just I?
Yeah.
It's not a big long word. It's not nothing you got to figure out. You don't know how to say it.
Right.
You don't pronounce it properly.
Right.
It's I love you. So it goes from I love you to all right, mwah, love you.
Yeah. And to me, that's so unpersonable.
Yeah.
That
because depending on where y'all at and how you feel, it'll make you feel like you just saying it just to be saying it.
Right. Right. People, I think, just get caught up in it because we just do things out of just, you know, the status quo. This is what we do every day. I don't want my husband to kiss me like he would give the Holy Ghost kiss to the woman in church. You know, it's that connection. It's that intimacy. It's that peace, that like, yeah. And it's so much soothing to the soul. You know.
But too, it's a confirmation.
Absolutely.
You know, to me, it's like a confirmation. This seals the deal.
Right.
Every day.
Right.
3 times a day, 10 times. It seals the deal.
Absolutely. Because I can tell the stranger on the street, love you. And you.
Because God is love you.
Absolutely. But you don't feel any connection.
Right.
But when we say, I love you to your family, to those in your intimate
and
circle,
your kids,
it makes everybody feels like, wow, I am somebody special. My wife, my husband, my auntie, my partner, my whoever. Wow, that gives me the fuel. That's my kryptonite. You know, the I love you, making it so intimate, so personal, is so strong, is so strengthening. And it's just one little vowel.
Yeah.
I.
Basically.
Yeah, I.
And it's simple. And not just, I mean, and this goes for women and men.
Absolutely.
You know, this goes for both. And, you know, a lot of times, and I don't want the guys to feel no type of way or think no type of way.
No.
When I'm on my podcast and I'm speaking, I'm not just speaking from a woman's point of view. And I think this is why I love what I do. I'm not just for women. That's not me. You know, I am for people, period. I'm for love. I'm for beautiful things. I'm for, you know, if it's going to work, it's going to work. It's not just, you know, because you're a woman, you're going to take a woman's side. Oh, because, you know, you might not be going through this, you're going to go take a man's side. It's not about none of that.
Right.
It's about trying to help people identify who you really are.
Right.
And a train of thought of maybe I need to look and think about things differently.
Absolutely. Love is so unconditional. It's the greatest
and it's
gift.
Free.
It's free. And it's the greatest gift that could ever be given. There's no, you really love when you love unconditionally. And sometimes we as women, we focus in on what they done to me. We as people do that. But it's been done to me. But you know, the brothers need love too. I can read my husband. We've been together long enough when I've learned how to hold and I know when to fold. I know when, you know, I need to speak up and say or do or whatever, but I know when he needs me. There's a song, I don't know whether it's Life Jennings, who is one of my favorites or not, that says, a thug needs love too. You know, you got to be as gentle as a bluebird, and you got to be as strong as a lion. And we just got to read our partners, because you should care so much about that person that you want to meet their needs. You want to give them love, because love should kind of just flow.
And stop thinking that because he's a man,
Yeah.
and if he is the type that needs to stop thinking that he's a bitch.
Right.
Stop thinking he's acting like a bitch, or he's acting like a this and a that.
Oh, that's a sign of weakness.
Yeah, that's not a sign of weakness.
No.
That's a sign of a man that's okay with being a man, and for you to see that side of him, he's okay with you seeing that side of him because of the way he looks at you, and apparently you make him feel that way, and it's okay. You know, because you can't say 1 minute, you know, you don't give a shit, and then when he show you that he give a shit,
yeah, stop acting like, stop being like.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a misconception that, you know, men don't cry. Men are this way and women are this way. And it can harden, it can make them feel like, you know, well, I can't bear my emotions because I'm going to be labeled this, that, and the third. You know, to me, when you do share that emotion with your woman, with your children, with your whoever, that's empowering. Because like you just said, it shows that you're secure enough to be vulnerable. Because when we are emotional, that is a sense of vulnerability.
And that's just like them telling us because it's a lot more stronger women. It's a lot more dominant women in the world today. I will say that I have seen. So with us being so dominant and so strong and used to doing everything prior to meeting, you know, our partner,
right?
They're so used to us being strong,
right?
What do we? I know I have, and I'm guilty of saying this too.
Right.
You know, I'm tired.
Right.
You know,
right.
I want to be hugged. I want to be loved.
Right.
Why do you look at me like I don't have no feelings?
Right.
But it's the perception that I put off.
Right.
Like I'm so tough. I'm so this. But at the same time, I am, but I'm still gentle-ish. I'm still a butterfly.
Right. Yes.
You know,
yes.
And you got to make me feel comfortable enough to show you that side.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So,
and like you said, it's on both sides. I mean, society, economics, different things program people to be different people. And what I mean by that, when I was single, I have 2 sons, and I was young, newly divorced. I divorced early the first time, and you know, I'm career driven, because at the end of the day, my babies got to eat. They got to have a roof over top of their head, and I got to do what I need to do to provide.
Mm-hmm.
We sometimes, as women, are put into male dominant roles that we don't want to be in, but we got to be in it, because we as women of color, we gonna protect our own at any cost. We gonna get down and do what we need to do for our babies and for our men. So sometimes when we find ourselves by ourselves, and we're never by ourselves, because loneliness is the essence of God, and I know that God is forever always with me. But we get into the, you know, I got to know when to hold, I got to know what to fold. I got to bring home the bacon and fry it up in a pan. And yeah, we can do that. And we know we can do that. But we got to pay attention to not let that harden us. We are feminine and we are women. God designed us to be a certain way. Society turned us to be another way. We have to have discernment enough, and discernment is understanding enough and foresight to see that that's what's being done to us, because that's not how it should be.
Right, and it shouldn't be. And doing all the stuff that she had to do before you came along, it doesn't mean that she's cool with still doing the stuff because you're along.
Right.
To me.
Right.
And I think that a lot of men feel like, oh, she been doing it.
Yeah,
you're right. She been doing it. But at the same time, you used to cook your food and wash your clothes and run your errands and do whatever, or whoever before I came along was doing it. But now I do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all guys got to keep in mind, just because a woman is strong and she knows how to do it, it doesn't necessarily mean that she wants to keep on doing it with having a supposed to be partner standing beside her. And please understand that piece, because it's important. And I think a lot of women can get frustrated when feeling like, I mean, what do I have you for? And then men get mad about it. What you mean? Well, you act like a nigga anyway, and you act like a man anyway, and you this and you that. Well, I act like that still with you being here is because you never made me feel comfortable enough to follow suit behind you.
Right. And I can say, be for real and honest with each other as best you can.
Friends.
Men, allow your lady. We're labeled lady for a reason. Okay? Most men like the get dressed up. You look real fine. You pay attention to your body. You wash, you cook, you clean, you iron. That's intimacy. That's sexy. In addition to, I like the way you move. I like the way you groove. I like what you do when you do what you do. Mm-hmm. Allow us to be that queen. Allow us to be that lady. Yes, my husband and I are true partners. If it's just my husband and I there, and he needs me to do something that we need to get done, I'm going to get down with the get down, and we're going to get in the trenches and do what we have to do. And for years, you know, I did more than necessarily I needed to do, because I was considerate that, you know, he works up and down the road, he drives every day, and da-da-da-da. And I had this big, I'm the superwoman. I got this S on my chest, and I want to show that my husband, I'm his superwoman, and I got this S on my chest. And guess what happens? You wear yourself out. But when you address, when I said something to him, well, honey, he said, well, baby, that's what you chose to do. I did not ask you. Pay attention to that, ladies. I did not ask you to do that. I learned a valuable lesson from one of my sons. And I was, well, this and that and the third and da-da-da-da-da. And I this and that and the third. And one day he said to me, but Mom, I did not ask you to do that. And we got to be careful, because we as nurturers, we as mothers, we as wives, our whole life revolves a lot of time around our families. And we can get so involved and engrossed in our families until we lose ourselves as women. Sisters, I invite you to continue to tap into your inner being, to continue to tap into your softness, continue to tap into your beauty. Let your man be a man.
And I'm going to tell you, right, because if you don't,
they won't.
They won't.
Right.
And it's cute in the beginning,
but it ain't.
It's cute in the beginning, but then you get frustrated and you get mad. And I'm going to raise my hand.
Yeah.
Because you like, okay, when is he going to say, I got this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. I went through that phase of that. Not in this current situation, you know, that I'm in now, but in a prior, I went through that phase of that. You know, when is he going to say this? And when is this, that, and the third? But ladies, to me, and this is my advice to you all, in the beginning, it is a trial. Right. You're getting to know somebody. You're in the friend zone. So you should be asking him, do this, and keep on asking them.
Right. And it's not necessarily, I'm sorry, Rachel, but it's not necessarily, I'm liberal into saying, yeah, I expect my husband, and I feel like the man should cut the grass and wash the cars and maintain the cars and, you know, keep up with the outside and the mechanical piece and whatever that has to be done. I challenge you and I invite you, when you get into relationships, be real. Assign duties. You know, we are partners and we can work together. You know, economics have designed it so that women don't just stay home and we don't just cook, clean, wash, and iron, you know, anymore. You know, I have a career. I'm a part of the Angie Lewis Ministries. You know, I still go to school. I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother. I'm a wife. On and on, a business entrepreneur, on and on and on and on. So we need to share duties and responsibility. The word here is share. Don't expect your man to just, well, you supposed to do this. You're just supposed to provide for me. And you just supposed, yes, a man is to protect. He is to cover you. He is to provide as best he can for you. But that's not to say that he's laying everything out for you and you just reap the benefits and just look cute, sweetie. Talk about it. Be about it. Decide what works best in your home.
And my thing too is, yes, nobody wants a man that's all over the place, that's don't have a job, that don't have a house, that don't have a car, that don't. Some women will take on the project, some will, but most is not. Right. You know, they're not going to take on it. But the thing of it is, ladies, regardless if he is a whole lot or he is a little bit, you still got to do your part.
Right.
We all talk about providers. And I do see this a lot. I'm going to tell you what I see a lot too. Everybody thinks that it's cool, you know, and I tell men too, and I tell them all the time, because I got a lot of male cousins, and I tell them all the time, when you meet a woman, you shouldn't want nobody that just want to look pretty.
Yeah.
You should want somebody that's able to look pretty, get up and go to work, take care of the kids, and still be able to have fun, to do whatever y'all personality may clinch in together. All that with her looking pretty and being a trophy, for what?
Right.
You know, trophies get old. They get put on the shelf, get dust on.
Right.
Why?
Right.
Why are you still going to your mama's house for something to eat? Why are you going to your sister's house for something to eat?
Right.
Why isn't your wife cooking? Why isn't she cleaning? Why doesn't she have a job?
Right.
Why doesn't she have goals? Why doesn't she help you out too?
Right.
It ain't all about men coming and lifting us up all the time either. Y'all need to get up off your ass, and y'all need to do some stuff too. You can do a lot better than what you're doing. I'm just saying.
A marriage is a partnership. It is. People, you know, may say, "Oh, you treat this like it's a business." It's not a business, but it is a partnership.
But some do. I have seen some marriages where it's more like a contract versus in a marriage. And you want to know why? Because the friendship is out the window.
Right.
When we get married, the friendship is gone. Everything is so serious. Where you at? What you doing? Who you with? Versus in, hey, how was your day today? You want to hang out today? What you want to sit and watch TV? Let's laugh. Let's joke. Let's talk. That seems to be serious. Everything is serious.
Intimacy piece. Intimacy is not just sex. Intimacy is into me see. We need to constantly be wanting and desiring to get to know each other. Really. Because how we were at 20 and 30, we're not going to be at 40 and 50. The conditions are going to change. Things, the inevitable is going to change. But we got to still remain the same, if not in love, greater in love, growing in love.
And then your friendship kicks in, because when you, and I deal with the elderly, you know what I'm saying? And so this is what they have. This is what they have. You know, it ain't some of them still got their little perk in them now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's cute. It is.
Yeah,
but most of the time, it's them caring for each other and them loving on. And they still argue. They still fuss. They still get jealous. You know, they 90. Like, who in the world? Okay, but it's because it's another 90-year-old woman. It's another 90-year-old man. That's in their group that might be whatever. But at the end of the day, they say what they got to say. And they have that companionship where they both know, like, I love you. It's not even about the sex. It's about me having my best friend. This is my friend. And this is something that I am adamant about in me and Real's relationship. That friendship piece, it means so much to me.
It's vital.
Because when we get into the relationship mode and, you know, we have our good days and our bad days, and we on our bad days, I'm just kind of like, I'm uneasy. I'm offbeat, and the reason why I'm offbeat, it has nothing to do with the relationship. It has everything to do with the friendship, because I'm used to joking and laughing with you. I'm used to that's our friend. Like, I just love it so much, and it comes so easy, and that it is so important to me. And that's why I tell people, when you have friendship inside of a relationship, and when there's an issue, when we have an issue, or we're, you know, going through something or whatever. When I go to him and talk to him, I leave the relationship piece back here. I go to him in friend mode. And I let him know what mode I'm coming in. I need to talk to you like this is, I want you to bring out the friend part.
Absolutely.
When it's a relationship issue, I'm in relationship mode.
Because think about it. You tell your girlfriends everything. Girl, I'm blessed. I have the best girlfriends. We can talk about anything. Girl, I went to the bathroom today and it was just the best experience. The fiber is working.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to look at your partner because this is a long-term lifetime. And if you can't enjoy yourself and be yourself in someone that has asked you to share the rest of their lives with, who can you?
Exactly.
And if you can do it with your girls, you strive to do it with your man. It is a process. Nobody and nothing is perfect, but as long as you pray, you persevere, you continue to press, we can overcome anything, you know. And my husband is crazy. And he says that I'm crazy. And sometimes we're in our house.
And I say crazy, recognize crazy.
Crazy, recognize crazy. And you would think like it's a boatload of people in there. And sometimes I just look at him and I just laugh. Because I'm like, are you for real right now? You know? And I just find so much value in there. I'm not going to sit here and say that all is perfect. It's not. If you didn't have the bumps in the road, you couldn't appreciate the smooth road. Mm-hmm. But once you commit to through hell and high water, this is what first, I have made a covenant and a commitment to God that he gave this person to me. He gave me to my husband. He gave my husband to me. That is a gift. That is a value. That is something to be treated lightly. It don't just flow in the good times. The real work, the real test, the real love comes when you have the challenges. But I see enough in you. I see where you were. I see where you are right now. But I also see the man that you're going to be, or the woman that you're going to be, or the partner that you're going to be. So I'm committed to taking this road with you to be the best that's ever been.
Exactly.
And wow, when you get to that end, it can be 50, 60, 70, 80, when you can just look at them and it's like, you know, I just love you. Mm-hmm. You know, the overweight, the underweight, the flat
pants.
Yeah, whatever. I just love you.
You wearing your suspenders inside out today? So let me ask you this. As far as in the piece go, because a lot of people in my age group is a lot of single men, single women. Right. So, of course, most of us have children already.
Oh, yeah.
So, how was it when you met your third husband? Mm-hmm. You know, because one of the ones prior, that's just the boy's dad. But how was it how did they take to you having this man now, you know, and it's like, okay, my mom got a man now. Like, did they feel like he taking your time, or you changed, or you this, or you that? And you're just like, hold up.
Yeah. That's funny. When my husband and I met, my sons were in their 20s and they were used to having me. Everybody that knows me knows that, you know, my sons have been my life from the first time I laid eyes on them at birth. And when they met my husband, they knew it was something to him. Mm-hmm. And when my husband and I decided that we were going to create a union and we were going to join together, and even though they were in their 20s, they went through some growing pains. They were like, hold on, Mom, you know, you going through a midlife crisis. I mean, what's going on here?
You're on the back of a motorcycle?
Yeah. Do you really know what you're doing? I mean, oh my God, it's Mom's gone wild. And they laid back and they observed. And again, they grew to get to know him. He's very quiet. So he laid back. He made himself available. He took the position of, I'm here. If they want to talk, I talk. If they don't want to talk, it's okay. I'll be here when they want to talk. Mm-hmm. Our family, our lineage, our heritage, the group of people that we are, we accept people, period. That is what I love about my family. Because our family is non-conditional, loving people. Yeah, they might feud, they might fight, they might cuss you out today, but they're going to give you something to eat tomorrow if you need it. And we have,
until you don't do that shit again.
you're right. And in our family, we are very accepting of people. And I can't say that I love you and I not love your seed. And we have blended. I am very proud of how we have blended family, because my husband has 2 sons and a daughter. And we have relationships. We have, if one needs, we're going to be there for that one that need. If this one needs, we're going to be there for that one that need. However, we took the position of me as a female role model and mother and my husband's children. I take the position of I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever part of me you want, I make myself available because it's here for you to take. My husband took the same role with my children. Whatever part of me you want, and I have sons, and believe you me, sons don't give their mamas up like talking about it. And we've had our challenges, but they respect him. He's always given them a cliche: stay strong, stay straight, stay focused. So I say to you, if you are considering dating women, men, whoever, who have children and blending families, it can be done. You got to want to do it, because one thing about it, we can do anything that we want to do. Is it going to be easy? Hell to the no, no.
It's not. And you know what? I'm the same way, because, we're blended.
Right.
And we're blended with all girls, so you can only imagine.
Emotions. And
it is. And, with my girls, it's been a long while before, I am at the stage that I'm at now. And to actually see, mom's engaged now. She's, moving, like they're together. Like, this is just what it is.
It's real.
But like, I had to explain to my children, and I think with blended families, everybody got a set of rules for their kids. Right. You need to stop having a set of rules for your kid and have a set of ruls for y'all kids. It ain't just, don't discipline my child. Don't do this to my child. I'm like this. If you're good enough to pay half these bills in here for our kids, my kids, if you're good enough to be their Uber when they need you to be, if you're good enough to pick them up from school when I can't do it, then you're good enough to discipline them. I'm not saying abuse them.
Right.
Okay. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But as far as in discipline, yeah, you have the right to discipline my child. If to me, if a person don't have the right to discipline your child, y'all shouldn't even be living in the same household, period. It don't even make sense.
Right.
And it's going to cause a ruckus between your blended family as far as in the kids, and it's going to cause a ruckus between the relationship. And then it's going to be your kids is this and my kids is that. And then it's going to make your kids feel like they can disrespect the other person because they don't have to listen to them because my mommy and daddy said so. Right. Or my biological mother or my biological father said I didn't have to listen. I have to do that. When your kids come home talking all that stuff, you need to nip it in the bud, because you have to be on one accord, especially if you're talking about marriage and you're talking about being together.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. And it's not going to work. I don't care if you sweep it under the rug for 2-3 days. You cannot. That's something you can never sweep under the rug. You have to get that stuff situated right now. And, I had to have a conversation with my child, my kids. This is what it is. Right. We are on the same page. We are together. I'm not choosing him over my children. It's not about none of that. He's not choosing me over his kids. It's about none of that. It's about us making sure that y'all have a stable environment. And I am his kid's bonus mom, and he is my kid's bonus dad. And we are going to work together. And like you just said, whatever child needs at that time, that's the child that's going to get the attention.
Right.
Whether it's mentally or whether it's financially. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just how it's going to go down. But we got to be on the same page.
Right. Time is a beautiful thing. Okay.
And it's going to take time.
It's not going to, it's not a microwave. We don't fall into this beautiful blended family, and life is going to be wonderful. In families that are not blended, you have the brothers and the sisters feuding and the fighting, and the mama and the papa done tried to discipline the son or the daughter, and the mama done got mad, because I'm a protective mom. You know, I know that about myself, and most of us are, but it can be done, you know. But I do think that conversation and communication is just a beautiful thing. It's just a beautiful thing. When we decide to form these relationships and to form families and to build foundations, we got to sit down and we have to talk. Parents, just like I took the position of, because I was in my in our youngest son's life, he was 12 when I first met his father. He had to get to know me. I bonded with him outside of even my husband because he was young, because he was impressionable, and I wanted him to feel comfortable. So as parents, you still have to test the waters with the child that you are being blessed with to have into your life, your bonus kids. The kids are gonna be, because it's a major change for them. You're used to having your mom all to yourself. You're used to having your dad all to yourself. Now I got to share this person, and I ain't seen, you know, share my mom with you and my dad with you, and you real cool, but I don't know how you gonna be in 6 months to a year or whatever. It takes a lot of prayer, and it takes a lot of commitment, and it takes a lot of pouring into.
It does. It does. And again, it has to start. And I would say this, and I'm speaking from experience, not just this one right here, but and I tell my daughters, when you go with your father, okay,
Right.
and he has a girlfriend, you will not disrespect her.
Right.
You will not do it. And you have to understand this. If you don't want nobody disrespecting your mother and your father, who are you to go disrespect somebody else's mother and father?
Right.
It don't work like that. And it don't work like, oh, I can respect him or her when it's beneficial.
Oh, yeah,
But-
when they giving a doing.
Right. When they're giving a doing, you know, it's hee hee ha ha. But when it's time for discipline to take place, and I ain't saying smacking them or hitting them or whatever, I'm saying I'm taking this, I'm taking that. Me personally, I'm at a place in my life, and I have to understand. I had to understand this. If I have a situation, and James was to say to me, you know, Diamond was this with Nika Portia, or well, Nika and Portia's grown, they out the house. But Destiny or Diamond, you know, whatever, this is what's going on. And we're going to sit down, we're going to talk about it. It don't have to be in front of the kids.
Right.
And if I, you know, we come to an agreement of this is what's going on, and he has a recommendation for this, I'm going to follow suit.
Right.
Because we are a team. Because if I'm watching and caring for his kids and they do something disrespectful and I don't think that it's right, and I go to him and talk to him about it, I expect for us to come to an agreement and follow suit. I can't want him to be one way
Right.
with mine and
Right.
then he's another with his.
Right.
It don't work like that.
Yeah, because
And y'all got to understand that.
yeah. Yeah, it can be done. You just got to want to do it. Like I said, again, I'm very proud in our family. We're very accepting people.
Mhm.
You know, my sons have dated young ladies that have, you know, children, and they step in and they assume, because I've taught them that when you are dating someone that have children, you become a father figure. Especially when
and
you're
it's a
thinking about
difference.
long-term
And
relationships.
two, y'all got to understand this. It's a difference. You know, your kids need to be listening to this. It is a huge difference in a father figure and him trying to be the father. Because a lot of kids think you just want to be my dad.
Yeah.
No,
No.
you just want to be my mom. No.
Right.
And I tell them, I got 4.
Right.
You know, I don't want, it's not that I want to be your bonus mom. I want to
Right.
be your peace place.
An
I want to be
attitude.
a
Yes.
add on to your situation that you got. I'm not
Mhm.
here to take nobody's place.
Right.
That's just like you're not here to take the place over my 4 girls.
Absolutely.
But you're here to add on to the girls that I do have, and I'm here and I'm ready to welcome you.
Yeah.
And this is a respect thing, and I make you feel comfortable, which I am so blessed
Right.
that our blended family,
Right.
everybody gets along, everybody is fine, everybody is cool. I will say that. And it
Yeah.
is such, and it wasn't forced.
Right.
And everything takes place. We sit down to dinner, we travel, we whatever with
Right.
our kids.
Right.
And for the most part, kids gonna be kids. But
Mhm.
for the most part, everything is everything. And nothing is
Absolutely.
forced.
Yeah, because I am always going to be my children's mother. They have a bonus mother with their father, and they call her mom. That doesn't bother me.
Exactly.
And I look at her and I have said to her, thank you, Jackie.
Yep.
Thank you for sharing our children.
Yep.
You know,
And sharing responsibility.
Absolutely, because I believe it takes a village
to raise. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then too, women, okay, and I'm going to say this to the women, you know, because I don't really hear this so much from men. Mm-hmm. But I hear a lot of women say, my child will not call another woman mom. I feel some type of way. But you're ready to receive somebody else's child calling you mom, though.
Yeah.
You okay with your boyfriend or your husband's kids calling you mom, but you can't process the fact that your kid is calling their father's girlfriend or wife mom. I ain't saying somebody that they in and out of bed with. I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about a fling. I ain't talking about somebody that they're unstable with. I'm talking about long term. They live together. They're growing. They're in a whole marriage or whatever they got going on. How can you be okay with somebody else's child calling you mom, but you have no understanding for your child calling somebody else's mom? And my thing is this. I don't care what my child call you. As long as they don't call you disrespectfully.
Right.
And my thing is, that's letting me know you make my child feel loved enough where they want to call you mom.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
Because I know my job that I did as a woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As a mother. Right. So can't nobody take my place.
Absolutely. It's not. I love the fact that, you know, my bonus kids call me Ma Dukes. And I just thought that was just the coolest thing. And I mean, it again, I say, it is a process. I'm not going to tell anybody that this is just going to instantaneously happen. I can understand on both sides. When I was younger and my kids were younger, I'm not sure that I would have been as receptive to them calling their stepmom mom when their father was dating her, and it was for a while. Because I'm not going to sit here and lie. When we're younger, we're not as mature. But as we grow and as we know, and she's been there for almost 20 some years of their lives, I've got mad respect for her. And I feel the same with my bonus kids. But it is a process. I didn't hand my kids over. I've never given anybody like free reign over my boys until I was at a place that I truly trusted that individual. And I knew that they had their best interest in mind as much as I did.
Right. And also, too, for me, I was raised, you know, my mom and dad, they separated. You know what I'm saying? And so my dad had another girlfriend, which is my sister's mother. And she never once said, call me mom.
Right.
Never. I never felt the need to call her mom, but I never felt the need to disrespect her either. Right. But she made me like when we would go places and I'm with them, these are my kids.
Absolutely.
You know? And I didn't know that you had another daughter. And she's like, this is the oldest. Technically, you know, this is Richard and Shirley's daughter, but she's my daughter. Right. And I look at you as my daughter. And when she introduced me as my daughter, and that's just what it was. It was never, you know, I'm forced to call her this and forced to call her that.
Absolutely.
It wasn't, regardless of what her and my mother may have went through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Neither one of them never crossed the boundaries with each other's kids to say, you need to call me mom. You need to do this. You need to do that.
Right. You can't force that.
It was not, and
it's everything going to grow. The love is going to grow again, just like falling in love and growing in love, because when we are blending families, we are growing in love. Time is a beautiful thing, and it can be done if the adults in the situation are committed and true to it. It can be done.
Yep. And so it's just, you know, I'm you all, when you're dating and you're mingling or you're in a relationship now and y'all are serious now, just be mindful and just try to treat the person the way you want to be treated, and treat the kids the way you want to be treated. Don't feel like if he can't discipline my kids, if I can't discipline his, all that. If you got a tick for tack with somebody, you don't need to be with them.
Yeah.
You're not going to go nowhere.
Yeah.
Because if the person is for you and you're for them, there's no tick for tack in no situation. Right. You're going to try to figure out a situation so it ain't a tick for tack. You tick for tack for people you don't fuck with. You tick for tack for people that's temporarily. You don't tick for tack or all this so craziness, you know, I act the way you act and tell different. Like, no. You know, me personally, I don't have the tolerance for it. And I know we all go through what we go through.
Right.
But sometimes you just got to sit back and have that aha moment. And when you are alone and you're not dating, that's when you find a reflection of you.
Right.
And when your partner finds you, you're going to know.
Right.
You're going to know. And nobody, you all are not going to think the same. You're not going to process things the same.
Right.
But you all will learn to compromise. And the things that he or she want to change within you, it's going to be something much greater. And it's going to make you a better person that you are today. It doesn't mean that your way is a bad way. It's
Right.
just that this way is a greater way. And this way is what's going to fit for us, not just you. You're not alone anymore.
Right.
You're not a single father anymore. You're not a single parent anymore. We are together. So let's compromise this thing. What's going to work for us, not just you.
Right. I know you've heard the cliche. There is no I in me.
Mm-hmm.
It is a we. When you get serious enough, and I counsel people that are serious about long-term relationships, you got to be willing to give up something, because it's no longer I want to go here, I want to go over there, I want to do this, I want to do that. You have got to consider other folks.
Still on.
You've got to consider your partner.
Mm-hmm.
It's no longer, we're not narcissistic. It is not the I, me revolution. It is the we. However you did it as I, well, if you like doing it as I, then you need to stay I.
Exactly. Exactly.
Be for real.
And
if
they,
it's all about I, stay I. And be a man or a woman and admit that I just ain't about it, because I'm all about me.
Mm-hmm.
I love me some me. If you're going to take that position and take that mind, be for real and just stay I, because it is no longer I. It is we. And if it's not we, it's just not going to work, because you can only do that for so long. You can only play the game, for lack of better words, to a degree, or accept it.
Mm-hmm.
For so long until you're going to become resentful. And then when you come resentful and you switch up on your partner, he or she is going to be like, hold up.
Who the hell are you?
Yeah, you knew I was all about me and this and that and the third when you met me and da-da-da-da-da-da.
And you selfish and you this and you that and you that. And again, you choose to stay, because a lot of times, and I'm going to say women, because we be more passive to a lot of things than men.
Mm-hmm.
You do find a handful of men that know that she ain't about this.
Right.
She ain't about to cook. She ain't about to clean. She ain't about to wash clothes. She ain't about to do nothing. I got to take care of the kids. I got to do homework. I got
Right.
to work, pay the bills, clean. They know that. But women, we tend to be passive
Right.
with a lot of things that we see in the beginning, all because we're so busy focusing on what our heart is feeling
Right.
and the feeling of being lonely.
Absolutely.
And so a lot of women is, I'd rather have a piece of a man
Mm-hmm.
than to wait
Mm-hmm.
for a whole man.
Yeah.
And you have to understand, sweetheart, men too, what's for you is for you.
Absolutely.
It's okay to wait. And a lot of men, what is the sense of having a good woman, but you still want to play with trifling women?
Right.
I'm not going to call all of them trifling, but you still want to, I'm going to say this, you still want to play in the field.
Right.
What's the point? Just be single and be happy
Absolutely.
and be free. And you don't have to worry about pulling your hair out. You ain't got to worry about the lies. One thing a woman can say about you is he's straight up.
Right.
And another thing a woman can say about you, because when you finally find your wife, you know how much stuff going to come out the woodworks. And it's going, whether you cheat on her or not, but she keep on hearing that this is how you was with this woman, that woman, you was with this woman and that one. It's going to play a factor. I don't care what nobody say.
It is.
It's going to play a factor in her mind.
Right.
That you are subject to cheat. You are subject to bring out the old person. And it's just the fact of when is it going to come out.
Right.
And she's
Right.
going to be on pins and needles. So with that being said, you're planting a seed for your future and you don't even know it. So just cut it out. Because
Right.
if you be a stand-up man and do what you're supposed to do and say, I'm single, I can do what I want to do. One thing your future wife will say, and all the women that you done dealt with along the way of your future wife,
Right.
they will say this: One thing about him though, he said straight up, I don't go with you. I ain't in a relationship with you. He was single. So when you get that special one and you make her that special woman and you let everybody know I'm not, this is where I'm at, that one, that's your wife, she's not gonna have that negative thing
Right.
to say about you.
We teach people how to.
And you're not going to be perfect. And I'm sure you're going to need some growing along the way.
Absolutely.
But that's one less thing she got to worry about.
Absolutely.
Is if I help him and be patient with him and guide him and just hold his hand with the things that he do lack. And one thing I ain't got to worry about is him slipping into his old ways. And when is he going to cheat on me? Because
Right.
this is just what he done done to any and everybody he done dealt with.
Right.
Every girlfriend he done had, he done cheated.
Right.
Because I know I look at men like that. If I feel that you are a compulsive cheater, I feel like it's nothing I can do with you.
Right.
You got to be right, and then you got to show me some stuff.
Right.
Because I'm going to pay attention to some signs.
Absolutely. Because we can't change anybody. We think that we can. We hope that, oh, he's going to love me so much.
Not saying that he can't change.
Different than the past. That you're not. We're not.
You're different, but you're not that different. He has to change.
Have got to want it for themselves. They got to look at their lives and say, I'm tired of this. This is BS. This is old. I'm getting older. I'm getting more mature. Been there, done that, did it, got the t-shirts and it don't fit no more. I am into my settled man. I am into my settled woman. I'm ready to live my life with my partner.
I'm tired of existing.
Right. What's been done's been done. What is. Mm-hmm. But we are here in the now.
And if you are broken, because men get broken. And when they get broken, mm-hmm. it takes forever. Mm-hmm. Like for real, like you got to see the horses in the sky that's in the Bible mm-hmm. for them to say, you know what? Okay, I get it. I'm just going to forgive her and move on because it's just hindering me. Mm-hmm. It's so hard for them to come back from a heartbreak. But if you know that you are still in that heartbreak like that, don't go and try to fix that heartbreak with another woman,
right? Because
you're going to hurt that woman's heart because you're going to be so busy trying to prove a point to the woman that broke your heart that you're going to lose the woman that's could be potentially for you that might have been better than the other woman,
right? And that's where all of the healing again before we decide or even going back to the beginning of our conversation of being good for someone else, we got to heal and be the best of the best that we can be for ourselves. Then we will be in position to receive a queen, to receive a king. And be honest. The best thing I can share with you is to try to be as honest as you can, have real life conversations, put things in place. Communication is vital. The loving, the sex, the looks, and all of that, that's superficial. Mm-hmm. It's going to change. We ain't going to look how we look at 20, at 40, and even 50. Some of us look good for our ages or whatever.
Even if it don't change, even if your appearance don't change, even if it don't change, you still need that peace. Right. You know what I'm saying? Your appearance might not change, but your objects might change.
But change is good. Change is not always bad. Mm-mm. Embrace it. Grow from it. Yep. We should be changing. We shouldn't be at 40, 50 years old how we were at 20 and 30. We should be evolving. We should be growing. That is what it is. It is life. Life is a journey. Embrace the journey. Take the journey and be on the journey with someone that is worthy to be on the journey with you as you are worthy to be on the journey with them.
That's right. That's because nobody is going to be perfect. You're going to have patience. You're going to have patience. And I know a lot of us, we feel like we want to wait until we got this in order, that in order, in order, that in order, this. Nothing is going to be perfect. You just got to find the right person that's going to help you and don't mind helping you along the way with your process. Not hinder you, not make you go back 5 steps after you went 10. No, but the person that's okay with where you're at, with your process of going. And once you tell your story, like where I used to be and where I'm at today, that's going to determine what type of person that you are for real, for real.
Right.
And a person that you just meet, because I'm like that. I will sit back and I will watch where you used to be, what you used to be into, what you doing, what's up with you. And so, of course, people tell their story. When I don't know you and I don't know your friends, I don't know where you come from, only thing we can do is observe and just watch.
Right.
And when we go around, stop being hee ha ha and passive, pay attention to what the friends say about the person. Because you got some places you go, how many times you have been somewhere, you have seen some people or somebody even that came, even in our family, they come with somebody else, we like, Lord Jesus, this mother, look at that. That right there should kind of tell you that, or they come and be like, hey, I love you so much, and you're just that a family member, and they ain't even really got to tell you everything, but just the reaction that they give that particular person. And if you see this with the friends, and you see this with the family, and you see this with the siblings, you're gonna be like, hold up.
Yeah.
So pay attention to who you're dealing with.
Again, cliches. I'm about cliches because I've been on the earth a little while. If it walk like a duck and it quack like a duck, it ain't a chicken. And don't think that that duck gonna want to turn into a chicken just because you
hungry
or you this or you that. Baby, you're not. We're not. It's good. I'm glad we feel good about ourselves, but we really ain't for real that powerful. See it, believe it, and keep it moving.
And stick to your family. We all got family values.
Absolutely.
You know, we all got family values. And some of the family values that we have took along. Like, it's a family values that I have in my household now, I created.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that I got from my family.
Right.
You know, our family, because we are family. But you create your own too.
Right.
And so when you stick to and you remember certain things, which are like, I got a podcast on YouTube, you know, talking about how do you keep your relationship above float. And in that recording, I was discussing how our grandmothers had 10, 12, 13, 15 kids. And we're like, how did they do it?
Yeah.
They did it because they stayed at home. They took care of the kids. They sent the kids to school. Yes, the dad got on her nerves. And then, you know, you look at your mom and them and be like, okay, well, he got kids over here, they over there, or whatever. But they compromised for each other. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't so quick to leave each other.
Absolutely.
They wasn't so quick to bounce from each other. Now people are so quick to throw in the towel and go over here and go over there.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got all this going on over here and this going over, and then you try to get back together when you just should have been patient and compromise for the right person. And that's how our grandparents were able to have a marriage for 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. It wasn't easy. It was cheating in it. And you can say all you want.
Yeah.
He cheat. I ain't doing this. I ain't taking it back. I'm not. Listen. To each his own. That's what you choose to do. I'm not condoning cheating. I'm not condoning none of that.
No.
I don't know how I will react to it. But what I'm saying is stop talking about what you're not going to deal with. Because everything that you say you're not going to deal with, God will make a way and give you a lesson to where so you're going to deal with it, but you're going to have an understanding why you're dealing with it.
We're all diamonds in the rough. I say set your standards. Everybody has a parameter of what they can and absolutely cannot deal with. If you absolutely cannot deal with certain things, be true to yourself. Be true to your partner and say, this is where I get off. Don't be so quick to get off. Again, we make commitments. We didn't make a commitment that, well, as long as you this and as long as you got that, as long as you the other, then I'm your girl or I'm your man. But when you start whatever, this is, when you get married, you better have it in your mind. You are in it to win it. Because you're going to grow through some stuff.
And there's levels.
Right.
It's levels to it. You know, we can already close out, but it's levels to it. And people need to understand when we are friends, we meet each other. We friends. We cool. We getting to know each other. Okay. He or she is not obligated to you.
Yeah.
There's no sense in, you can watch the Facebook, the Instagram. Even if he or she flirts with somebody, it's either you like it or you don't like it, but you can't hold a grudge about it. You can't say that's who you are. You're just all over the place, whatever have you. You can't. Y'all are friends. Y'all are cool. The person is showing you who they are.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's
You're friends.
right.
So then when you become friends with benefits, that means you're sexing each other. You're spending that one-on-one time with each other. You actually took that friendship into friends with benefits. And then when you take the friends with benefits into play into a relationship, okay, now we're gonna talk about some things because the stuff that you was doing when we was
That's
friends with
right.
benefits,
I
you
ain't
can no
with it.
longer do it.
Yeah, I
I'm
ain't
not with it.
If-
You need to let them know that you are not with it. I didn't say anything when we were cool and we were friends and we were just hanging out here and there because we didn't belong together. We wasn't in a committed relationship. But now that we are in a committed relationship, it's levels to this. I'm not cool with you flirting with everybody you see. I'm not cool with you commenting on certain things. I'm not cool with you going out dating other women. And I'm not cool with your exes calling your phone. Because we are in a relationship now. When you go into a marriage, okay, the marriage piece is you cannot quickly tell me, oh, you can get your shit and you can get out.
Right.
When you go into a marriage, it's no longer this is yours, this is mine.
Yeah.
You know, when you go into a marriage, it is this is us, this is we. It is levels to this shit. You cannot treat your wife and your husband the same way you treated your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your friends with benefits. You can't do it. And that's the problem that I've been seeing with a lot of couples and a lot of people. You're so busy trying to treat your wife the way you treat your side piece. You shouldn't even have a side piece if you got a wife anyway.
Right.
But you're so busy trying to treat her like she's still your girlfriend. You're still busy trying to treat him like he's still your boyfriend.
Right.
You're so busy trying to treat each other like y'all are friends with benefits. That's not what we do. If we're married, we're married. We're going to treat each other with respect. And can't nobody come between our marriage but you and I. It ain't got nothing to do with him. It ain't got nothing to do with her. Can't nobody come between your marriage but you two. And that's the respect level y'all have for each other. If y'all don't got that, you're going to come between it. You cannot blame her. You cannot blame him.
Right.
You can't.
Your strongest time is when you're dating. I've always told my son, date, not recreational sex. We date to get to know people and personalities. Be honest with yourself as to what type of personalities you best jive with. You ain't in no commitment right off the bat. It's like Rachel said. When you first getting it going and you kicking it or whatever, and you have to look at people, because I've done it myself, and my husband will tell you, I did it, and I said, you know what? If these are the things that you want to do, I'm not mad at you. I'm cool with you, because you're the great, I think you're a great person. This is when we were dating early, but I'm not the one for you. And on the flip side, be honest with people. Go into it as best you can. A lot of times we're not honest with people because we're like, if I'm honest with you, you might not want me. You save everybody the heartache and the pain. Be you. And allow people to
want you for you and love you for you. That way, later on, you can't think you got something and you're building a foundation. And you can't build a foundation on your representative. Right. You can't.
Or what you think. And
you show up one way and then you another. And I know that I keep talking about this, but they do stop. And that comes with you not knowing who you are.
Right.
And stop trying to
and what you want.
Yeah, and stop trying to deal with somebody off of how you're feeling on Monday.
Yeah.
Because come Friday.
That's an emotion.
Yeah, because everybody's chilled and tired and relaxed in work mode on Monday. But let's see what you talk about on Friday.
Right.
Because if you're still on work mode on Friday, that tells me, okay, you a homebody. And if I'm a party person, I'm going to be like this on Friday till you deuces. You understand what I'm saying? So you pay attention to that and you ask, is this who you really are? Right. If it is, it's okay.
Right.
I might
because I'm not.
Right. Either I'm not or I'm okay with it sometimes. Right. But if you got to do this all the time, this is really not for me. Right. Because I'm more of the chill, laid back. I do like to go out, but I don't like the environment that you go out in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so once you explain that, then there's no surprises a year or two later. Right. Or a marriage later and 5 kids later.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so you have to understand that, man. Like, guys, y'all need to be careful. Women, you need to be careful. And we all got to be careful, especially when we're dealing with kids.
Oh, yeah. Let the real person show up.
Exactly.
So,
thank you all for tuning in. Ms. Walker, I want to thank you for coming in. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you for all the wise words and just enlighten us on some things when it comes to relationship and marriage. And like you say, you're a modern day. woman?
Yeah, I'm a modern day back in the day. As a matter of fact, on October the 6th, if I can put a plug in,
Mm-hmm.
for the Angie Lewis Ministries, which I'm on the board, I'm a part of, there will be a women's empowerment conference at the conference center. It's October the 6th.
What
It'll be
conference
from
center?
11 to 3, the Hospitality House.
Okay, and
The
that's
Hospitality House.
and those of you that's in the Fredericksburg area, y'all know where that's at. That's in Central Park. The ones that's not from the Fredericksburg area and you're coming up 95 or down 95, you will take the Culpeper exit.
Right.
The Hospitality House is a hotel, but they have conference rooms in there and a lot of events be held there. And so she's one of the
I'm one of the speakers.
one of the guest speakers.
We're going to be talking
She's on
about,
the panel.
I'll be talking about how to start a business. We'll have ministers. We'll have government employees. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be a women's empowerment. And then again in May, we'll be coming back with some words. So it's going to be fun. And we like to have fun.
And trust and believe, your girl Raw will be in the building. And I will be going live. So y'all can get some of this footage if they don't mind. Because that's just what I do.
Yeah.
And then just for the support. And I just know that, it's just going to be awesome because you're a part of it. So thank you guys for joining us this evening. Don't forget, you can go to, lost my train of thought. You can go to YouTube, which you're already on YouTube, and you can share and you can subscribe. So tell your friends and family when they come on to YouTube and they watch the podcast, please share. That is very important. Thank you all so much. You can also hear the audio piece of it on iTunes and Google Play and FXBG Radio in Fredericksburg. So, but it's FXBG publicradio.com. And when you go there, click on the link archives and you'll see Raw Wisdom. And then, remember, that piece is just for the audio. So if you want to listen to that on your way to work, while you're in the house cooking dinner, you just want to hear something on your ride home from your friends, a happy hour, whatever, you can reach us there. So
follow your girl, y'all. She's doing great things in the community.
That's right.
We're going to see on the big screens real soon.
That's right. And I'm looking forward to sharing my wisdom because I got a lot and there's so much more to come, y'all. It's unbelievable. It's coming. So I'm just bracing myself. I'm being humbled and I'm just taking the steps that God has allowed me to take when I need to take them, not when I want to take them, but when He's allowed me to take them.
That's right.
So, and I had to learn that.
That's right.
But good night, everybody. Thank you all again.
Stay strong, stay straight, stay focused,
and stay faithful. All righty.
Don't fall.